Welcome to the Race Report, brought to you by Matassa Incorporated, Tour de Via Italia, and the Cicciaro Cycling Club. I am Nick Dwyer. Next to me is a man who needs no introduction. So, what is the Race Report? Well, the Race Report started as an idea between two struggling cyclists who are also cycling fans, and the idea was just to bring you some segments from the races live on Thursday nights, a few little clips and interviews and results. We decided we'd go with this closed set so we could bring you more features. So Adam McClounie, that is who this is next to me. What can we expect?
I think we're going to be talking about, like you said, mainly local cycling. We're talking about the Cicciaro Race Series. We also have a local time trial series that's going on as well. We have a great little hotbed of triathlons that go on locally too, so we'll be talking about that. And then some Ontario, Michigan racing and probably some pro racing as well.
Great. You know I like pro racing. I'm a big fan of that. Yeah, we have one of the world's best triathletes right here within our area, so we'd be remiss not to talk about that, obviously. So the Cicciaro series, that is the main topic we're going to talk about tonight. In these shows going forward, we'll have actual footage and some interviews on site. But tonight we want to give you a little bit of a preview as to what's going to happen in the series and take a look at some of the riders. So Adam, tell us a little bit about Cicciaro and what it's all about for people who don't know.
The Cicciaro Cycling Club hosts a 10-race race series that starts April 21st, next Thursday coming up.
Next Thursday.
Are you ready?
I got a race.
You got a race next Thursday.
Yikes. Okay.
Alternates Thursdays, goes throughout the whole summer. It's held on a 1.2 kilometer closed cycling specific track. Pretty unique venue, we're pretty lucky to have. It's a great way for new racers to get out there and experienced racers to get out there as well too. We usually get a nice little contingent of Americans that come over as well. And any given night you can have between 80 and 100 racers. Yeah,
I mean it's a great venue. I always tell people, last few years we've hosted youth cup races down there and parents rave about it. Definitely one of the, I personally, I haven't seen a circuit like it in Canada where it's closed like that. So it's some of the safest racing you can get. Absolutely. Yep. So, we're going to discuss a little bit about the divisions that we have out there. It's a C, B, and A race, and we're going to have a little pick segment. We'll have some pick segments down the road for some pro cycling as well, because I like to think I'm a bit of an expert in that field. I like to think.
You pour over the results, yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. I put the time in.
You do.
Yeah, you can be an expert at anything if you're willing to be, right? Yeah. So. But for what we're going to do is when we get to the A series, Adam and I are going to pick 6 riders each. Plus we're going to be handicapped by having to take each other within our picks. And we're going to keep track of those points for the year. And whoever has the most points at the end of the year will be declared the winner. Now, how will you know who won?
I might show up to your shoot with shaved eyebrows.
And I may show up in the fall with a beard or something. And you really know I lost.
Perfect.
Okay, so on a typical night out at Cicciaro, what time do things start going and what can you expect to see as far as format?
At 5:30, they've got this great kids races that go on. There's usually 2 events that happen.
Does that go up to age 45 by any chance?
44 is the cutoff. You might be able to sneak in though.
Okay.
Your baby face. Races start at 5:30. No beard.
Right.
That's exactly what it's going to be. Races start at 5:30. Kids get to do a couple laps based on their age. And afterwards, there's a bouncy castle, and kids can have fun doing that. Adult racing starts at 6, starting off with the C race. C race is typically a mix of the beginners, people just first trying out the first races, and then there's a women's series race also happening at the same time.
Right. Now, that C series, you've got quite a mix in there, right? You've got really strong people with no experience. Yeah. You've got experienced people, that's the level they fit at. You've got the women's race. You've got juniors. So you got a lot of people, come in and out of there. But it's been really strong for sure.
And always safe racing that comes out of that category.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Now the B race that takes part after the C race.
Yeah.
If you think about it, there's a C, B, and A,
You got it.
And it just makes sense to put the B after the C. So that race typically runs about 45, 50 minutes, depends on daylight, but it's been the strongest division as far as numbers go the last couple of years. And that's kind of set up for this year where the B, quite a few riders have come out of there and they're going into the A series. So in the B race, you're typically going to see experienced riders, pretty good strength, but they're not quite at the A level, or they want to race for results. There's people that can hang in there, but they want to get results.
And you're also finding that B race too used to comprise a lot of independents. There's a lot more team organization coming on in there as well. So
absolutely,
bigger teams that are organized, making for a different dynamic in that series.
So that takes us to the A race. Now, for the A race, what we're going to do, instead of just a general conversation, Adam and I are going to do our picks here. We're going to pick riders, so we're going to go back and forth. We're going to do a little, we don't know who each other's taking here, but we're going to do a little paper, rock, scissors, see who gets first pick, because this could be big. So, 1, 2, 3, boom.
Good old rock, let down by rock. Let down by rock.
Just FX and explosion.
Perfect. You know, there's actually people that are actually good at paper, rock, scissors. I've never figured that out. Like,
I am one of them, but you just beat me. So
maybe I should take it up.
They're in your cap.
Okay, so I get first pick. Since I get first pick, I'm going to go with a guy who Chicharo's. At the end of the day, when it comes to the series, it's a sprinter's course. I mean, that's who's going to prevail generally. It is good for all rounders on any given night, but I'm going to go with Daniele Di Franceschi as my first pick. This guy has multiple wins on Erie Street at Tour de Via Italia. Every time he comes out there, you can see there's a little change in the mood when he shows up at Chicharo. People know they're going to be in tough against him. So I think overall he's in shape. I've been riding with him a bit, and I think he's ready to go. So it's tough to go against him.
That's a good solid first pick. I will go with a similar first pick. I'm going to go with Paolo Eugeni.
Oh, so from the same team?
From the same team.
Interesting.
Paolo was last year's overall winner. I am hoping that he will have a tough time taking a back seat to Daniele, and I think that will make for an interesting race, and he will be my first pick.
I'm very familiar with him. He may be searching for a bit of fitness right now. He doesn't enjoy the trainer in the winter. It's not his favorite friend with the winter dragging on, but there's no doubt
Does Paulo have a coach?
No coach.
No coach. Self-coach.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of experience.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. So when he does get that fitness, he's definitely zoned that track over the years. So that's a good pick. Okay, so I feel pretty fortunate for my next pick that he's still on the board. Now, how many races he comes to could be an issue, but I'm going to go with Martin Vecchio from the States. Now, if I knew he was going to be at all 10 races, I may have even taken him over Daniele, because the guy's racing at a very high level. I mean, he's just recently in a race down in Alabama, right?
Yep.
Where he took on the pros down there, got an early break.
Yeah,
so
he's fit. Yeah, did great.
He's fit, so when he's out there, you know, he's a guy who can fend for himself without a team. Finished second last year by just a few points and was only there for 7 races.
Yep.
So
good pick. My next pick, I'm going to go with some youth. I'm going to go with Garrett Belanger. Garrett's a local, 17 going on 18.
Nice.
He's got a big season ahead of him. He's got lots of racing plans. So kind of like Martin, he might not be around a whole lot, but I am hopeful that he's going to be making an impact on the series when he is around.
That's good. Bit of a pros and cons, right? If he's riding well, he'll pee here less.
yes, absolutely.
So maybe not such a good pick.
It's okay.
We'll see. Okay, so my third pick, I'm going to go, this is another guy, if I knew he was going to be there for all the races, he'd be very high. I'm going to go with Dan Doughty. Now, if any of you don't know about Dan, I mean, where do you even start with the guy? His resume was ridiculous last year. National Masters over 35 champ. Finished the year off with a podium, second place in the Senior 1-2 race at Tour de Via Italia. Basically everywhere he went, he was on the podium. So he's going to be sipping a lot of champagne again this year, I would imagine. And if he comes out there, it's just going to be attack, attack, attack.
Yep, great pick.
So I'll go with him.
Yep. My next pick is going to be Russell Van Every. He's a guy who's always an antagonizer at the races, always on the attack, super aggressive, can win out of a small group. So I think he'll have a big season ahead of him.
Yeah, I would say overall, when you look at performance, aggressiveness, and impressive wins out there, Russell will probably be top of the list for me. The only thing is he's attack break rider, so sometimes he'll get edged by the sprinters, but he's still got good speed.
Yep.
Okay, my fourth pick, I'm going to go, I might be sneaking one by on you here. I'm going to go kind of like with your Garrett pick. I'm going to go with Luke Mullis on this one. Now, Luke, there's a lot of good pedigree in that family with his sister. They're both track riders, but they can do a lot of disciplines, road, cyclocross, whatever you want them to do. And again, if Luke shows up, he's going to be a force to reckon with. He's off to a hot start. And just a little side note, he may be bringing a friend with him to one of the races, I think the third race, who's on the U.S. national team at junior. So we're going to keep our eye out, and the next show we'll tell you whether we can confirm that.
Luke is one of those American riders that make the trip over every race to
absolutely
support the series.
Great cycling family to make the trip over. His dad Nigel, he's going to be putting a race on end of May, which we'll discuss later.
Yeah, great. All right, my next pick is Dylan Lansbury. Dylan is a fast finisher. He's a guy who can win out of a bit of a chaotic sprint. Doesn't always need a train kind of leading him out at the end. So consistently up there, I think he'll have a great season.
I think Dylan on any given night can beat anyone in the sprint. There's some nights I've seen him win races, I'm like, whoa, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
And, has the odd night off, but he organizes the race as well, right? So you can't expect too much.
He's a canny rider who knows how to do the bare minimum to get himself to the finish the freshest. Yes.
Well, it's under his captain's orders,
That's
right?
Exactly. Always is.
Park
yes.
it, yeah. Average power 160 for the race.
Yes, perfect.
All right, so I'm going to go for another sprinter. Yeah. Now, this guy hasn't accumulated a lot of points over the years, but I see progression coming. Cody Cabba. From the Cabba clan.
Yes.
His brother races in the B races. That team, Integrity, they have a team in there that I think they need to put their eggs in his basket. He made the podium last year in a race. He's fast. He beat me in a preem last year, and you know how fast I am.
Yeah.
Moderately. So I think Cody's going to come along. Haven't seen too much of him. He's been kept under wraps so far.
He's rested?
Yeah, he may be on the Mr. Eugenie winter training plan, but we'll see.
Perfect. Nice. My next pick is going to be Tony Bruley. Tony is an American who comes over quite a bit, makes the trip. I've been a former teammate of his. He's one of those guys that makes you feel bad as a teammate. He is always aggressive out there doing a ton of work, and you feel bad because you're not doing the same workload. So he's the guy that will get in a break consistently, and I'm sure he'll scoop lots of points.
He does not lack spirit when he's racing.
No, he does not. He does not. He's a vocal, passionate rider.
You know he's there, yeah. Yes. It's funny you say that because for my final pick, other than my forced pick, my final pick I'm going to go with his teammate, Alex Hughey. Alex, if I got your name wrong there, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce your name. He did well last year, got in some good moves. Was in a real strong move early in the year, and he can sprint a little bit as well. And he finished in a spot in the series where I think he'll do me well on my picks.
Yeah. My final pick is a bit of a dark horse, Craig Marentet. He is part of the Farm Dogs Kerwin Partners team.
Nice.
Moving up from the B race this year, so the first time racing in A. Definitely part of an opportunistic team. They will be kind of looking for the right break, but I think he'll consistently be sneaking into those top 10s. And he better not disappoint me, Craig. Do not disappoint me, please. Not riding on this.
Craig won in two different ways last year, right? In the B race,
yes.
He won breakaway.
Yeah.
He dumped his breakaway, whatever the breakaway companions with him, and he also won from field sprint.
Yeah.
So you might be on to some. I did think about him. He was definitely on my list.
Correct. He didn't think about you. I thought it was Craig. I thought about you. All right.
Okay, and my final forced pick is you.
The word forced is tough.
Well, it is tough, but I got to be honest with you. I do respect you out there. You got a big motor, but you've got a lot of stuff going on out there. You captain the team. There's a lot of things to work out with teammates attacking each other and trying to sort that all out. But I think you'll get me some points.
Thanks.
I'm confident in you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You will be my final. Not forced pick. I'm happy to pick you.
I mean, how can you go wrong with that?
You can go wrong many ways, but I don't think you'll let me down on this one. I feel that you're going to tell your sprinters to park it on a few nights, hopefully, and try to get some results yourself.
Did I tell you I'm not doing the series this year?
Well, that is unfortunate for me and my points.
As of right now, I must win all bets.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so we'll keep track of those. We'll give you an update every show as to how we were doing with our picks. It's a seven races. We take best results from that, so it'll be a bit fluid as we go along with it. And we hope some of our riders show up. I mean, they're going to be registered, but like I say, because they're so talented, some of these riders, they have other commitments with some races around, so we'll keep tabs on that.
Good luck in this bet.
Hesitant handshake. And our premier event in Windsor on Labor Day weekend.
One of those
going on there?
One of those events that I get really excited for every year. We have our 58th edition of the Tour de Via Italia held on Erie Street. It'll be Sunday, September 4th this year. It's a full day of festivities, but there's a running race before that, leading into a full day of racing. We have over a $17,000 purse, minimum of $1,000 in each event. Pretty unprecedented in terms of racing.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to find that. You're not even going to find anywhere close to that. I mean, age groupers, M2, M3 race, $1,000 first prize. Senior fours, $1,000 first prize. Women, everything, and then the senior 1-2 race, even bigger purses than that. We also have an M1 purse this year, just specifically for the M1. So, big money, great atmosphere.
Yeah.
And festivities the night before, right?
Yeah, an event steeped in tradition and usually has a good turnout, so looking to really make it a big year.
Awesome.
Really fun. We'll have more information about that too.
So next time you'll see us, we'll have 2 Chicharo races in the books. We're going to do one of these shows every 2 races. So there'll be a monthly edition of this, and the analysis should be fast and furious. Not one to shy away from the analysis.
Yeah.
And I expect Adam will have won that first Chicharo race.
I just want to give you something to talk about, make you proud. Hopefully get some points for it.
I'm willing to sacrifice. If you and I get in a 2-man break, I'm going to let you have it.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm going to leash my wicked sprint.
Thank you. Okay, so thanks for tuning in to the race report. I apologize if you feel like that's 10 minutes of your day you can't get back, but hey, if you're a fan of low budget video, you came to the right place.